Welcome back, Video Creeps. How the hell are ya? Feeling a little funny? Maybe like a little bit of popcorn and pie? Well then, fucking great. Because today we're going over the cult classic 1988 movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Because everybody knows in space no one can hear ice cream. First and foremost, on the news front, me and my buddy Brad Thornton from Aimless Discussion and Butcher's Grindhouse have come together to make an awesome community on Facebook called Coffin Grounds. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking awesome. Lots of people constantly talking about horror and posting funny memes, joking around and swapping horror news. It's a pretty fucking cool place to be. I'm really proud of it and I want you to join it. So down below in the description where you'll find my Patreon and everywhere that you can find me on social media, I'll also leave a link to Coffin Grounds. Go over there, fucking join it, let's chat. Now the film. This is a Chiodo Brothers production. And if you're my age, when you hear the word Chiodos, this happens in your head. Was a simpler time. Now these three brothers had a production company where they got together and they worked on films like Critters and Ernest Scared Stupid and even fucking like Pee-wee's Playhouse and fucking Team America. Also, just in case now you have Chiodo stuck in your head, the band actually got their name from the Chiodos brothers. Like the band Chiodos was almost called the Chiodo Brothers. And then they fucking swapped it out just for Chiodos. Just hit the ear right. The film opens up with a shot of space, and then the Dickies play fucking Killer Klowns from Outer Space. And a fun little side note about that is that the Dickies didn't even see a fucking scene when they wrote the song Killer Klowns from Outer Space. It is just like a fucking awesome coincidence that the song that they wrote actually goes so well with the actual movie. But yeah, hadn't seen a single fucking frame. Very cool shit. We see the Dean from fucking Animal House and he plays just the shittiest of fucking cops in this movie. And just something to note for me is that I just love the fucking, there's a scene with a guy and he's walking past the cops and he's like hiding his beer that says beer on it. That's a trope that you just don't see enough of anymore. It fucking bums me out. I love when you go and you see somebody's morning and they grab their toothpaste that says toothpaste. I'm about to just make Video Creep brand shirts that just say shirt on it. Would you like that, guys? Now things are getting nice and sexy up at Lookout Point, where all the teen boys like to get all the teen girls fucking pregnant.
I really love Eric and hope we'll be together forever. Because I'm pregnant.
But this is when the ice cream truck brothers come along and just cock block everybody on the scene.
Hey, what are you guys trying to pull here?
Girl, nobody's trying to fuck you, which is saying something because you're holding an ice cream that looks like a dick. We meet a cute little couple that break away fucking mouth suckage just long enough for them to look up in the sky and see something beautiful. This couple is Debbie and Mike, and we're going to become extremely familiar with who these two individuals are. And as curiosity gets the best of them, they go to check out what the fuck that was. But an old man and his dog start looking first, and they come across a circus tent. And naturally, his very first thought is, how the fuck can I break in there and get me some free shit? But the only thing that he's able to figure out is how to get shot with a laser by a clown. And the clown looks fucking good, man. It's fucking creepy. It's got that, just the look of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space is so iconic and so fucking dope. He's big and he's creepy. And for as much as he does look like a clown, he also doesn't exactly look fucking human. Like, if you encountered this clown you would not be like, ah, totally fucking human, definitely. Bullshit. Mike and Debbie finally come across the circus tent, and they get on their white people shit and decide to break in, even though it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Deb, you are gonna love this. Don't be a baby.
Nope, that's a fucking crime. They begin exploring the inside of the tent until they come across a room filled with cotton candy hanging everywhere. And Mike's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go and get me a taste. But what he sees does not keep his mouth salivating.
Nobody stores cotton candy like this.
What are you talking about? Of course it is. Look.
And right after this, they get spotted by a clown. Oh fucking no. And the clown grabs a popcorn gun and starts popping off like a fucking Snoop Dogg movie. Now, Killer Klowns from Outer Space was made on a shoestring budget of about $2 million. And it might interest you to know that the most expensive prop in the entire movie was making the popcorn gun. This is due largely to the fact that it is an actual functioning gun. Or rather, a cannon. I think it's called a popcorn cannon. Anyway, ooh cash. That's a fact. And here's another one for you. I fucking want one. The clowns make a balloon animal dog that starts to sniff out Mike and Debbie, but eventually they're able to get into a car and then they run over the dog. And now I want to know if that scene is on doesthedogdie.com. That's a real website, by the way. The clowns start to make their way into town like the great clown sightings of 2016.
Right there at that tree back there.
And Mike and Debbie snitch, but admittedly for the cops, kind of a hard tale to believe. Meanwhile, the clowns are fucking with everybody in town, just showing their bad puppet shows and shitty shopping habits. Honestly, I could have watched that clown fuck up that store for like 20 minutes. I don't know what it is about that scene that's so fucking entertaining, but man, am I hooked. Now, Mike and detective ex-boyfriend go to the campsite where they saw the circus tent. However, it's not there anymore. Now, the clowns are dicks in this movie and deserve no sympathy, but I can't help but feel bad for this motherfucker.
Should've let the man ride his bike.
It's just fucking mean. Though, admittedly, that guy does get his.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Now, this isn't the kind of movie where we're gonna get to know everybody who gets into some bullshit with the clowns. There's a thick layer of just kind of like montage killing that happens for a majority of this movie, and it's kind of fucking fine. I mean, we have our main characters in Mike and Debbie and like detective ex-boyfriend, and then we have the clowns. Like, it doesn't really matter. Now, I love the popcorn scene as much as the next guy, but for me, just nothing beats the fucking invisible car scene.
Jesus! Oh no! Come on, Joe! Get going!
It just takes the cake. I don't know what it is. There's something about his little legs up. I fucking like it. And in a scene where we don't get titties, we learn that the popcorn from the popcorn cannon is actually alive. And something really fucked up is about to happen with them. But before that, Mike links up with the Ice Cream Brothers, and they zip off to Debbie's place as long as they get to fuck Debbie's roommates. Very important. Meanwhile, Detective Dickhead gets what's coming to him. Admittedly, this is maybe my favorite kill in the entire movie. He's such a dick the whole movie long, and just refuses to believe any of the clown business, though he's getting just hundreds of fucking calls about it. Like, who the fuck are you to make that call, man? Take that L, you were wrong. And boy does he take the fucking L. And this is not a terrifying movie in the least bit. It's more fun than anything. However, seeing him as a dummy is fucking chilling. I would say it's the most terrifying part of this movie as a whole.
Don't worry, Dave. All we want to do is kill you.
Now, Detective Ex-Boyfriend jumps on the scene and shoots the clown in the nose, and now we know how to fucking get rid of these clowns. And boy, does that knowledge need to come in handy, because back at Debbie's house, bitch is getting kidnapped. For real. And that popcorn that I was telling you about before, yeah, it's like fucking Audrey 2 now and shit. There's these fucking vines and they have little clown heads on the end of them. Very kinky. Now all of our main characters end up at a funhouse, where we start gearing up for the big showdown. Now Mike, Detective Ex-Boyfriend, and the Ice Cream Brothers all head into the funhouse so that way they can try and save Debbie. However, the Ice Cream Brothers get a bit distracted.
Are you Debbie's roommates?
Detective Ex-Boyfriend and Mike come across Debbie's entrapment balloon and are able to pop it and get her free. But the great clown pursuit takes place, and Detective Ex-Boyfriend just starts capping fools, honestly. Like, if I were Debbie, I would reconsider dating Mike and fucking switch up for a real fucking man. He's really handling his business. Debbie, this Mike thing is not gonna work. Now the three reunite just in time to meet Clownzilla. Essentially, the Giga Bowser of clowns. He kills the Ice Cream Brothers, and Mike and Debbie are able to run away, while Detective Ex-Boyfriend stays behind trying to defeat Clownzilla. And he does by stabbing him in the nose with his badge, causing Clownzilla and the spaceship to explode at the same time. Not exactly sure why the two are mutually exclusive, but fucking shit, that's what happens. A car falls from the sky and out comes Detective Ex-Boyfriend and the Ice Cream Brothers. Everything's gonna be okay, and the clowns are finally vanquished, right? We have a sequel in our future for sure. Now this movie is a fucking ride and a half. Emotionally, visually, and at times, because it's so funny, physically. But all that said, I do have to say I think this movie is better watched with a lens. Watching it by yourself is a good time, especially if it hadn't been a while since you've seen it, but I think the best way to watch this movie is a little high or a little bit drunk, surrounded by your buddies, looking at the TV saying, what the fuck am I watching? And that's not a bad thing for this movie, because you can still enjoy it sober. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'd probably choose to be under the influence and watch the movie. Now that said, the commitment to the B-horror humor and style, and allowing itself to so loosely let me feel comfortable saying what the fuck is going on, is a true testament to how the Chiodo brothers handled portraying this story. It is so odd and bizarre and fucking far out there. It's a weird movie. However, I have some genuinely intriguing questions by the end of the film. Like, why the fuck are these aliens clowns? Is there just a clown planet out there where and if they are, why do they look like clowns? Why do they so closely resemble what we know as clowns on our planet? How the fuck did that happen? Another big question for me is, why did the killer clowns come to Earth? What were they doing? Were they really just trying to harvest our whole planet? Were they kind of like frat guys going through space and like, hey, let's stop there and get some in and out? But we are the in and out? What were the clowns trying to get done by being here? We know that they were turning us into cotton candy. Were they just hunting, essentially? Are the killer clowns from outer space like Predator? And the biggest question that I think is on everybody's mind is, yo, did the Ice Cream Brothers fuck those two alien chicks? Because I would like to see those babies in a sequel. I know that it's heavily implied, but yo, this is me trying to open up a dialogue. This movie was made with a beautiful brand of earnest, so much so that in its own way, you can actually appreciate the corniness and the camp and actually find it charming instead of distracting. It is supremely imaginative, and I deeply respect this film for that. The design of the clowns themselves is so cool. This one's my favorite. It's a little. Something cool about these masks and people who are desiring a sequel and just wanting to see these guys again can actually go to the movie Ernest Scared Stupid, as the Chiodo brothers actually worked on that film as well. And again, trying to save a quick buck, they actually just repurposed these masks to be the trolls in that movie. So if you're looking to see these guys again, look no further than that. These guys were so crafty in that way, the Chiodos brothers. By the way, before anyone calls it out, I know I keep on saying the Chiodos brothers. It is Chiodo brothers, but like, I like Chiodos, so what do you fucking sue me. Something really cool about those guys is that they are so good at making the right decision when it comes to cutting certain funds. Like Clownzilla was actually supposed to be a claymation scene at the end of the movie. However, due to budgetary restraints, they ended up going with just putting one of them in a clown costume and shooting it depending on angles, which I think was a fucking awesome call. It looks so good and it is believable. Though yes, I could see a claymation ending being really good for this movie and it would fit in that whole style, I think what they ended up with was fucking great, and I don't even miss it. As far as the future of this franchise goes, we've kind of been getting dicked around for like 30 years now. There's been talk to create 2 back-to-back sequels, a TV special. At some point, they were talking about just a direct-to-DVD sequel, and so far, none of it has happened. So who knows if we'll ever actually get a true return of the Killer Klowns from outer space. Guys, this movie is fun, it's zany, it'll fucking move you in your seat. It's perfect to watch with friends. It is a great movie to watch by yourself after a while. Again, like, you will just double down on the enjoyment factor. The guys who created this movie knew that they were making a movie about killer clowns. They knew it was going to be a ridiculous premise, and they had fun making it. So us as the viewer, we have fun watching it. And it's continually fun as you watch it on multiple views. So for that, I will say that this movie is fucking sweet. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for staying to the end of my video. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit subscribe and the notification bell so that way you know when my next video is up. Make sure that you join Coffin Grounds and add me on social media. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, video creeps.
Eric and I had only been together for 3 months before I got pregnant.